Misunderstanding? What misunderstanding could there be? Is this the legendary small circle dragon whirlwind? Normally, I could just step out of it. How did it manage to trap me? If it weren't for being bewitched by you, a mere naked ape, how could tens of thousands of those cowardly spirits have dared to confront the black jade dragon, let alone rescue you from their hands? Could it be, is this the 5-star ability mirror flower water moon that the little girl spoke of, the ability of his sister? Indeed, it's not a simple illusion. I am just being pragmatic. Shut up, fighting your own sister for a naked ape, and I haven't even said anything about you. It is indeed a misunderstanding. It's a long story, sister, please listen to me. From what I heard, it has nothing to do with the dragon nest. It should just be the aftermath of my human identity being exposed after the fight with Ghost Ghoul. That's a relief. I am human, that's right, but I've lost my memory, I need to. After a while. So I asked Xie to help me find the black jade dragon crystal. That's how I offended the black jade dragon. If I don't save him, am I even a spirit? Since the black jade dragon crystal has already been taken away by the black jade dragon, how did you get your current battle form? Well, I just switched to a different treasure. It's not like only the black jade dragon crystal works. Sister, don't change the subject. We're explaining the misunderstanding right now. Anyway, Xie Yan is not wrong. He was helping me. If there's any temptation going on, it's me tempting him, not the other way around. Where is your spirit familiar? Huh? What do you mean? Why are you suddenly asking about my spirit familiar? When I arrived, I noticed a void attribute spirit familiar by your side. I intentionally avoided her during my attacks, but now she's completely disappeared. If I'm not mistaken, you just used a spell to swap places with your spirit familiar, letting it die in my mirror flower water moon in your stead, while you escaped, right? Impressive, she actually guessed my escape method. A spirit master, sacrificing his own spirit familiar without hesitation, still be so calm afterwards. You JJ, do you think such a cold-blooded human is someone you can tempt? Listen, sister, you seem... Sister, you've misunderstood again. My spirit familiar isn't dead. Xie, come out. Big sister. I'm really fine, you've misunderstood my master. Hee, sister, you haven't seen anything yet, have you? Xie is immortal. Even if she dies, she can quickly revive. An immortal void attribute spirit familiar, and this strange aura of the underworld on her body. Little girl, if you're willing, I can help you break the contract with your master. You can live with us, the feathered spirit tribe, from now on. No, Xie doesn't want to leave master. Sister, what do you mean by that? Your master has already exposed his identity to the black jade dragons. The chance of him successfully escaping back to the lower 3 heavens is less than 0.5%, and as his spirit familiar. Your strange underworld aura and immortality are the most coveted research targets for the black jade dragons. Do you know what happened to the last spirit familiar that fell into the hands of the black jade dragons? You're talking about the spirit familiar protected by the Charm Demon clan, right? That won't fool us. After all, we saw it with our own eyes. I've heard from other spirits that the black jade dragons treated that spirit familiar very well. They provided endless delicacies and even assigned a dedicated low-level spirit to serve it. That was close. I almost slipped up. If she found out that we sneaked into the black jade dragon's nest, she would report it to the clan leader and have my hide. Heard? Although I'm not sure where you heard that, the one who said it must be some stupid and self-righteous spirit. Think about it. With the black jade dragon's arrogance, why would they expend so much effort to take care of a spirit familiar? It was all just to keep that spirit familiar alive. Keep it alive? That spirit familiar is a never-before-seen composite mutant dragon species created by humans. Because of its special mutated power, it was coveted by all the dragon species in the 7 islands. It was passed around many times among the various major dragon clans. To study the mysteries of its mutated power, the research results were used on low-star spirits of the clan to enhance the overall strength of the clan. In recent decades, it has been studied by the black jade dragon. As far as I know, these studies involve extracting souls, removing bones, and stripping flesh. It's a fate worse than death. If it wasn't for such exaggerated supplementation, it would have died countless times already. Little girl, do you really want to repeat that spirit familiar's mistakes? So there was such a hidden story. Beep it. When I interrogated Li Tianbie, I didn't think to ask about that spirit familiar's situation, otherwise, I wouldn't have missed such a good opportunity to rescue it. Qing'er, don't listen to sister's nonsense. Xie Yan is so strong, he won't let you get caught. Besides, what she said might not be true. Yes, this big sister is right. If you don't believe me, you can come with me to the Black Jade Dragon's nest to see for yourself. I can take you there to apologize and explain the situation. With our clan's relationship with them, they shouldn't make things difficult for you. Then, if I go with you, can Xie Yan's bounty be lifted as well? Him? He's not one of our kind, he's even a spy from the lower realm. It's already good enough that I can protect you now. Don't push your luck. Do you know that if this matter isn't handled properly, it could affect the entire feathered spirit tribe? Then I won't go with you. I'll take responsibility for my own actions. I will never implicate the clan, naked ape or spy, whatever. I will never abandon Xie Yan. At worst, we'll figure out how to deal with the pursuit ourselves. Nonsense, not implicating the clan? You make it sound so easy. You have the blood of our clan flowing in your veins. Do you think they'll listen to your explanation? I don't care. Go tell them that I betrayed the feathered spirit tribe. Xie Yan, what are you doing? Beep, I forgot this little demon evolved. I didn't use enough strength. Are you trying to knock me out and hand me over to sister? Hee hee, why would I do that? Sleep spell, let her sleep for a while. You can take her away, I won't see her again. Thanks, this little one is very sharp. If you hadn't distracted her, I might not have been able to hit her with this move. I'm sorry, for the sake of my family. When we get to the dragon's nest, I'll put all the blame on you. It's okay, just blame everything on me, just don't implicate the feathered spirit tribe. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you before. You're a good person. If the Black Jade Dragon asks, I'll say that I've already thrown you into the gale winds, and your life or death is unknown. The rest is up to you. In any case, hurry back to the human territory. Don't stay in the 7 islands any longer. Farewell. Master, miss you left. What are we going to do now? I've been in this world for 2 months now. Task 2 requires too much time. Iota don't plan to continue. Then are we going back, Master? Well, I've taken all the benefits I could. Incubating the heaven-sealing egg doesn't require the spiritual energy of this world. It just takes time. I can incubate it just as well back home. Moreover, this world is too dangerous for me. I only have a little over 6,000 source points right now. Using Xingtian, I can't even last 2 hours. I still haven't figured out how to break Miss Hongyan's sister's mirror flower, water moon technique, other than to tank it head-on or, when Qing'er is outside, swap places with her, and that's with a 5-star support spirit like the feathered spirit, if I encounter a powerful 5-star combat spirit, not to mention. Even with Miss Hongyan's help in concealing my identity, if I continue to be active outside, I'll eventually expose my human identity. Then, I'll inevitably face the pursuit of the Black Jade Dragons. From any perspective, I have no reason to stay in this world any longer. But can I just turn around and choose to return? Master, I never considered myself a good person, but after taking someone's benefits, and completely disregarding their request, not even daring to try, I, Xie Yan, can't do such a thing. 1 month later. Beast Domain, Dragon Abyss Tower, 8th level. Don't worry, what you want will be ready in a month. Please come back then. We hope for your continued patronage. As long as I get this gift every time, don't worry, I won't let you down. Heh, what about my Golden Sand Moon Rabbit clan's inferior bloodline? As a servant of the great dragon spirit, which one of these lowly spirits in the Dragon Abyss Tower dares not to bow and scrape before me? Humph? Hee hee. Open the door, I want to go in too. A while later. I'll leave it to you, be smart when you enter, don't reveal any flaws. This old servant understands, Miss Qing'er, don't worry. It's really bad luck. Why did they suddenly add a barrier at the entrance of the dragon's nest? Otherwise, Xie could have used the space gap curse to directly push in. What bad luck! The 6-star Black Ade dragon hasn't returned. That's the greatest luck for us. Master, why don't you let Xie possess him and control him to go in? I always feel that this old rabbit is not very smart. From the situation at the entrance of the dragon's nest this time, it can be seen that after the last incident, the Black Jade Dragon is already on high alert. We'd better not play the same trick under their noses twice. Your possession may not be able to deceive the 5-star Mother Dragon, who was specially transferred to identify the identity of those who enter and exit, and I also need you to stay outside. In case of an accident, I can evacuate at any time. Xie understands. A quarter of an hour later, dragon nest entrance. Humph? Yu Chong, your spiritual power has dissipated by 90%, explain. Well, Fan Yi, don't get to the bottom of it. Rabbit spirits are naturally fond of doing that kind of unspeakable thing. This old rabbit is getting on in years. It's rare for him to go out and have some fun. It's normal to consume some spiritual power. Unspeakable thing? It's the matter of reproduction, I'm right, Yu Chong. Yes, that's right. If there are no problems, Yu Chong will not disturb the two great spirits any longer. Go back, I have already planted a mark on you, the entrance will not reject you. Inside little pot. The only flaw this time is that in order to plant the seed in this old rabbit, I forcibly dispersed 90% of his spiritual power, otherwise, the moment the seed is planted, his head will explode. I hope no good-hearted spirit will come along and cast a spell to restore his spiritual power. It doesn't matter if he dies, but my plan will be ruined. Why can't I sense Xie's existence again? Little pot. What's the situation outside? Listen, very normal? The old rabbit head has already entered the dragon nest? I think I have a guess. It seems that after suffering a big loss before, they have upgraded the blockade level of the entire dragon nest's internal space. It can even cut off the connection between me and Xie, just like when I was put in that storage cabinet in the treasure house before. What a grand gesture. It seems that this time I need to be more careful, not a single accident can happen. Is Miss Dragon at home? I brought her some newly developed pastries from the kitchen. What's with the look on your faces? Miss Dragon is at home, but, steward, you. Didn't you just send a subordinate to deliver food to Miss Dragon? Yu Chong? Usually, when I ask him to bring late-night snacks, he makes all sorts of excuses. Why is he here today without me even calling? Move aside, I'll go in and take a look. Strange, there should usually be at least one servant guarding outside. Why isn't there a single spirit today? Miss Dragon, it's your servant Yu Chong. I brought you some newly developed pastries from the kitchen. Is Miss Dragon the only spirit here? Where's Fan Mo? It seems they've already left. Master, there are no spirits around. Now is the perfect opportunity. Master, Miss Dragon is like this. She eats and sleeps, sleeps and eats. She just ate, so she's in deep sleep right now. No matter how much you call her, she won't wake up. Beep beep. If it wasn't for Black Jade Dragon constantly experimenting on her, how could she have ended up like this? Xie Yan, you actually teamed up with my sister to bully me before. Little Hong Yan, is that you? What are you doing here? What's going on with this old rabbit? Is Xie controlling him? No, Xie is outside, but you can ignore him. He's completely under my control right now. Xie Yan, you have to explain this to me. I understand, Little Hong Yan. Are you here to save this familiar spirit too? You're so kind, even though this has nothing to do with you. Yes, if it wasn't for me persuading you, you would have saved her long ago. After thinking about it, I also bear some responsibility, so I wanted to save her first, and then go find you. Don't say that, you didn't expect this outcome either. We were all fooled by appearances. Finally managed to change the subject. This little girl. I was just wondering how to take her out without burdening myself, and you're here just in time. Hurry up and take her away. No rush, how did you sneak in? The security outside is tight. And there's a 5-star dragon guarding the entrance to the dragon nest, specifically to identify everyone's identity. Are you talking about Fanny? Her eyes are sharp, but she still can't see through my magic, this weak and helpless act. Even my sister can't do it as well as I can. I'm the strongest of the feathered robe spirit clan. Moreover, I came in with my sister openly. Don't you remember? My sister said she would bring me to explain to Black Jade Dragon. Of course I remember, but I thought you had teleportation and were much faster than me. You should have come and gone already. I'm taking the familiar spirit away. How will you and your sister get out? I feel like I might implicate you. Why don't you and your sister leave the dragon nest first? After you're gone, I'll make my move. Leaving first would make us look suspicious. You go ahead, contact me with the message snail after you escape. My sister and I will stay here and wait until the familiar spirit's disappearance is exposed before leaving. Anyway, we're not hiding anything, we have nothing to fear. Let them investigate. On the contrary, if the incident is exposed after we leave, Black Jade Dragon will immediately suspect us. That makes sense, this time, little Hong Yan, you've thought things through better than me. Dragon Nest Entrance. What a hassle, going in and out, can't things be done in one go? Grand Spirit Fanny is right, this situation was unexpected, this old servant guarantees there won't be a next time. There's no need for a next time. I don't think you should come back after you go out this time. Oh, young spirits don't need to be so impatient, knowing Yu Chong as I do, unless it's a very important matter. But Yu Chong, those of us who are older should know our limits. Running around several times a day will take a toll on even the strongest body, won't it? You are right, this old servant will certainly keep it in mind. All right, go quickly, don't delay your important business. Oh, Fanma is out too. Weren't you receiving guests from the Feathered Robe Spirit clan? You know how she likes to make trouble. I'm just out here to avoid her.